I'm Steve Laird, and I'm here today representing the Personnel Committee of the Trinity Pines Board.
I'm Brian Higgins. I'm here representing the Sustainability Committee.
I'm David Slonaker. I chair the Property Development Committee. This is a great time of year to kind of look back and see all the things that we've accomplished at Trinity Pines this year. We're going on close to our 20th year, so we've been there about 2 decades. So we're starting to see the need for some maintenance type activities. And fortunately, that's part of what we've tried to plan ahead for and start to build, for example, a sustainability fund to help replenish those types of activities. With all of the building that's gone on there, as many of you know, it seems like we're just continually building new projects. People like to see that. It's been exciting to see the new things that are going on. And so we have probably almost $1 million just in depreciation on some of the building that's happening. So we have to plan to replace that. And we've done a lot this year to help begin those types of activities.
A few years ago, we started a maintenance fund so for replacement purposes for long-term repairs. And over this past year, we renamed it the Sustainability Fund to have a wider, a more broad use of those funds for keeping the camp current and dealing with unexpected events that could arise. We've had a target of $250,000 in that fund, and we currently have about $125,000 in there. So recently a team went to Trinity Pines and was evaluating the facilities and just seeing where things are at. Being almost 20 years old, things wear out over time, and so the board approved spending about $25,000 of the Sustainability Fund to do some refreshing, get some new couches, some new carpet, some new furniture, paint some walls. After a while things get worn out, and it's good use of our Sustainability Fund to keep things current and maintaining a good product up there for all of our guests.
On the personnel side, we've had a busy year and culminated in leadership change. Leadership change is not new at Trinity Pines, and we're very excited to introduce Anthony as our new camp manager. And Anthony's young, in fact, our youngest camp manager we've ever had, and he brings to the job a great excitement with that youthfulness. And Anthony right now is in the middle of putting his team together as we look forward to camping season 2019.
One of the things that's been interesting for me to think about is that, for almost the last 2 decades, we've done a good job of having camps, and we know we have good summer camps, we have great retreats, we have some great groups that come up and use our facilities, and we've been looking at, well, what do we look like in the next 20 years? What are the new visions? What are the new possibilities? How can we better utilize the almost 200 acres we have up there in Cascade? We've got a beautiful piece of property, some great facilities. How do we use that to reach more people for Christ?
A lot of our emphasis at Trinity Pines has been to get creative and efficient use of the facilities. So as we look toward our building projects, we want to make sure that they're going to be things that are going to get used. So one of the things that we have identified is that we have certain times in the year where the facilities may not be used to their full potential. We have a pretty full calendar of schedules of groups coming in, a lot of different, other than Nazarene groups. But we are continually looking at ways that we can use that facilities better, maybe creative, having multiple groups there at the same time. And even with the new personnel, looking at different ways, different groups that we can reach out to and continue to use the facility even more fully and more efficiently.
Anthony has been suggesting all sorts of different ideas of things that we could be doing programming-wise and staffing-wise. And the camp leadership has been looking at those various ideas and exploring them, and probably have new announcements next year about more new things that we'll be doing to meet the future needs of the camp.
So part of what we've been able to do recently at Trinity Pines is some major overhaul and reconstruction on our conference center, which was the very first building that we had at Trinity Pines. We were able to do that through a grant from Murdoch Foundation, and so that's been very helpful to us in accomplishing that. We actually brought on a grant writer for Trinity Pines, and we're pursuing other grants as well. But this one especially helped us in a major remodel of the conference center, additions, And those things that we've been able to add, part of that assessment team that went up there was to help us in designing the office structure, the welcome center, to make that both welcoming and very efficient use for our personnel there. And so we think we've got a great product to be able to welcome people as they come on to our campus and into that facility. One of the improvements that'll be the first thing you'll notice as you come to Trinity Pines is that the road, as you travel there on Cabarton Road into our facility, is newly paved. And although we didn't even have to pay for that, that's even better. But we carried that further into the parking area. That's all newly paved and striped. Extended some area around the new office addition, so it just looks very sharp, very new. I love that fresh blacktop look. And also designed it so it'll be easier for snow removal in the winter, which is an important part of what we have to look at.
We really wanted just to make sure that we could add a little bit to the evening about some of the specifics going on at Trinity Pines. There are so many moving parts that we want to do our best in this short time to bring you up to speed. There are many, and we want to also thank the countless volunteers that have jumped in, and they don't just show up for a day or two. They show up for the summer. They show up to complete projects, and on behalf of the board, we're very grateful to them. And so hopefully this is helpful to bring a little more information about what's going on at your camp.